Good evening and welcome to season 2, episode 1 of the Powerpuff Babes podcast, where sugar meets spice and everything nice. We're your hosts, Kat, Ali, and Mo. We hope you've had a great summer. I know I did. I got to meet the girls for the first time.
Oh
Um,
my God, that was so exciting.
I know it was so exciting. I was like nervous, but then at the same time, as soon as I met y'all, I was just like, that's crazy. But yeah, it was awesome. It was, I don't know, I can't really explain it. I feel like if I were to try and explain it, I guess my best description would be is we instantly we instantly clicked as soon as we like saw each other, I guess you could say.
Clicked? Like,
Like, I don't know how to say it. Like, you know what I mean? Like we instantly, like, it was not awkward is what I'm trying to say. It wasn't like an
yeah,
awkward situation. It wasn't like an awkward like meetup. It was more of like, oh hey.
for sure.
You know what
For
I
sure.
mean?
Yeah. I was like, clicked as in like, I was like, what do you mean by that? Because my brain wasn't thinking like click like you click a button.
No,
It was
no.
thinking click like the group of people.
Oh no, no, no.
And I was
No, I
like,
meant like clicked as in like it wasn't awkward. It was more of
yeah,
like we hit it like right off the bat.
yes, I agree.
Man, y'all should have seen me because they came to my house. They're coming to my house for the weekend, and I was so nervous. I made sure everything was like clean, and then by the time I had to wait for Allie, I was like, "Fuck!" Like I'm over here running around. I was like, I have nothing else to do, but I'm freaking out too much, and I don't want to just stand here awkwardly because then I'm gonna freak out even more. So I tried to like humor it. So when she pulled up to the driveway, panic, full panic. I was like, "Don't worry, don't panic." And then I tried adding some humor, so I took a picture of her from my like front door and I sent it in our group chat. I said, "She's here." And she's like, why you gotta take a picture like that? And I was like, hey man, I'm trying not to freak out. I'm trying to be funny. I'm not good at breaking the ice. I was
She's
like,
stalking
No,
me.
same.
yeah, she's like, he's stalking me.
I pulled up and I put the car on park and I was sitting there and I was like, ooh, okay, okay. And then I look at my phone and Mo sends a picture and I just start busting out laughing because I was like, why did you take a picture of my car? But the whole time I'm sitting there like, okay, you can do this. It's okay.
And you know what the crazy thing is? I left first from my house. So
Yep.
okay, cuz mind you, I was I was traveling with my family. So we were all going to go over to visit my uncle who lives over there with his family. And we were like, okay, I was like freaking out because I was like, okay, I have everything packed that's mine. I have my blankets, I have, everything that I need, and I stuffed it in the car. And then I was ready, and then my sister like got ready like maybe like 10, 15 minutes after me. And then my parents were just like going back and forth, going in and out, trying to get shit out of the house. And I'm like, we don't even need half of the stuff that we're bringing or that they're bringing because it's not going to get used. Like, I know for sure it's not going to get used, but hey, you know what? I'm just going to let them be. So I kept texting the girls. I'm like, oh my God, they're not ready yet. Like, they're not even, they're not, I'm trying to get them to lock the doors so we can leave. And I was just freaking out. And then Ali was like, okay, I have time still then. Like, I won't leave till like an hour or so. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. As long as, because we're like, we literally left like maybe like 20 minutes after I texted the girls. And we head off, we close everything. And then my brother gets hungry. And I'm like, okay, it's fine. Nobody ate as we left the house. Like, technically, nobody ate. So we were like,
He
fine,
said,
like,
you
we'll
get a
pick up something on
pass.
the way. Yeah, no, we went to the closest McDonald's as we were driving, and they started buying stuff, and then my brother was like, I want more hash browns, and I'm like, okay. So then my dad went to go back inside and bought like three more hash browns, and then my sister was like, oh, but I wanted a coffee. I'm like, oh my god,
I'm
pick
fucking
something
dead.
already, like just buy it already, please. So my mom kept asking me, she was like, are you sure you don't want anything like to drink, any extras? And I'm like, no, I don't want anything extra. I am fine, I just want to go. I just want to go. And she was like, okay, fine. We left again, only to stop at a Bucky's. I think it was in Ennis. Yeah, Ennis. So we ended up stopping at the Bucky's in Ennis because that's tradition for us. We always stop at a Bucky's, never ever like not stop at a Bucky's. So we stopped at the Bucky's, and my sister went to go buy some lunch for her. I went to go get like a quick little sandwich. Um and then my mom and dad had like got some snacks and their lunch. Um and then we ended up just kind of walking around Bucky's for a little bit. And my mom was like, oh, I want to buy some shirts. And I'm like, girl, I don't have that kind of money right now. You know how expensive those shits are, man?
Oh yeah, Bucky's is
They're fucking
ridiculous.
expensive.
They definitely capitalize on the fact that every Texan stops there.
Man, I was like, yo. She had picked up a shirt that was like 30 or $45, and I was like, excuse me,
God
that's a
damn.
shirt.
Facts.
So hold on,
$45.
I'm gonna need you to put that back where you found it.
Uh-huh.
Right.
No, for real. And then we continued on the trip, and I think, oh man, what was it? I was texting the girls, and I was like, okay, we're back on the road. We're like 2 hours. We still have 2 hours left on the drive. And Allie goes, that's crazy because I'm already here.
Okay, mind you, it was supposed to take us the exact, like, basically similar amounts of time to get there, like, give or take a few minutes or whatnot.
Yeah.
So I'm like 30 minutes away, maybe thinking, oh, they're probably in front of me. Like, at first, I was like, oh, they're in front of me. Like, I'm running so behind. And she goes, we haven't even left yet. And I was like, oh, thank God. And then she goes, we left. And like, as I'm leaving, and I'm like, oh, perfect. Like, this is going to be great. And I'm like, kind of zooming because I want to get there at the same time. Like, I just want, like, everybody to be there and it'll all be good. And I'm like freaking the fuck out. And then I'm literally like an hour away, and she's like, we stopped again. Like, Junior was hungry, and I'm like, it's cool. Like, it'll probably be a couple minutes. It's not going to really change anything. And then I'm 30 minutes away, and she goes, we're still 2 hours away. And I'm like, you're 2 hours away? I was like, I'm down
No,
the
it was an hour and a
street.
half. It was an hour and a half because I took over the drive instead of my dad. Because my dad
But
had
it
not
was like,
slept.
you still had like an hour or something when I was
Yeah,
like
it was
down
like
the
an hour and a
street.
half because I remember I took the drive over. I had told him, you know what, just, we'll stop at Bucky's, we'll trade, and I'll drive from now on. Because he had not slept. Like, it was literally, by the time he got home, he just got shit in the car and we left. He didn't take a nap or anything. So I took the drive over, and I'm just like, man, he's not even going over the speed limit. He's going at the speed limit, and he's that tired. Because usually when he drives, he goes a little bit over the speed limit. He'll go his like 10, 15 over if it's on a freeway. So I'm he taught me how to drive, so I have the same shit with him. So I try to go 15 to 20 over. So so I took over the drive. My mom, every time I go over the speed limit, she oh Lord, I lost my train of thought. She freaks out every time I go over the speed limit. But mind you, she was very tired, like she had to wake up early, so she didn't care as much. So I managed to go at least 25 over. I shouldn't have, but I did. The road roads were
No
empty.
shit,
It's
you're better than me.
fine.
For at least like 30 minutes, I was going at least 30 over the speed limit. Like I was zooming.
No, yeah, I can't do
I've
that.
done
Only
like 30 to
because my mom
40.
is in the back seat and she'll freak out once she realizes that I'm going around that amount, 30,
Yeah.
40 for the
My
speed
volume
limit.
said max volume, and ever since then, I was.
Yeah, no, dude.
Music
I
just
was
makes me
like
press the
freaking
gas
out.
harder. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, and then you had texted me saying that you were at my uncle's, and I remember I was about 30 minutes away, and we had stopped over at a Walgreens because my older sister took my eyelash glue, and so my mom was like, "Hey, we need to go buy it because I can't do it without the eyelash glue." And I'm like, "Okay, fine." So we went over, we stopped at a Walgreens, we picked that up, we picked a couple snacks up, and I look at my phone, and then I see you guys just bombed my phone. Like you guys were like, "Cat, where are you? Cat, where are you? Why aren't you answering your phone?" And I'm like, "What the fuck just happened?" So I called Mo because she was the last who called me, and I was just like, "Hello?" And then she goes, "Where are you?" And I'm like, "I'm sorry, I was driving."
No, because what happened was you had texted that you were like maybe 15 to 20 minutes from your uncle's house. And so we were sitting there and we were like, all right, we'll give it like 10, 15, then we'll head over there, give them time to like get into the house, unpack, say hi, blah, 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 blah. Because it was going to take us like 15, 20 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're like, okay, it's been long enough. Like, we'll, start the drive and we'll call her like as we're on our way. So like we're maybe 5 minutes into the drive and JP goes, "So where are we going?" And we were like, "Oh shit, we don't have the address."
Oh
So we
yeah.
start calling
No,
you.
wait, I did give you the address the night before
You
though.
did,
Yeah,
but
but there
so
was
at
such
first,
miscommunication.
so at first I didn't realize that either one of them, because I couldn't really hear them in the front seat. So JP's asking Mo if she has the address, and Mo was like, "No, I don't. Like, let me ask Clumsy." The whole time I'm sitting in the back with the address, like just
No,
vibing to
yeah.
the music.
It's because
And we're
JP
calling
keeps
you.
his music so loud. I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure it was very hard to hear us. And I was like, oh my god, like I was like, oh fuck, this entire time I've never asked Clumsy, hey, where's your uncle's house?
Yeah. So we start calling you and we're like, oh my God, she's not answering. Like, what is happening? Like, she said 15, 20 minutes. Like, are they okay? Like, we were freaking out because we were like, what happened? And then Mo was like, we like had stopped calling for a split second. And Mo was like, yeah, I don't know what the address is. And I was like, oh, the address? I have the address. And they were like, that's what we were asking for the whole time. And I was like, I heard none
Yeah,
of that.
Clumsy had called me back. I answered and I was like, hey, like, what's your uncle's address? And she's like, I sent it to y'all. I was like, no, you didn't, because I don't have it. I don't understand what's happening. I didn't get it. And then that's when you were like, oh, the address, I have it. And I was like, what?
Yeah.
Huh?
Man.
because earlier no, see, because it had happened because earlier our original plan was for me to be behind y'all, so I grabbed you from your uncle's and we went to Mo and JP's.
Mhm.
But things changed, so I had completely forgotten that I had his address. So like when I heard it, I was like, address? Oh, his address. Oh, I have that. That's what we're looking for. Like, I was like, what? And then you called back and you
That's
were
what
like, I
you
was driving,
that's
we
why you're
stopped, and you were
freaking
like,
out.
we thought you guys died.
Oh, that's it? That's all?
I was like, oh, I got it.
I was just
It was
like,
it was
I was
yeah.
like so confused too. I was like, man, I remember I sent it to somebody last night.
Me
we
sitting here just vibing in the back. I'm like, I don't know what's happening.
Mm-hmm. JP had
It
that
was a
music
whole
loud
mess.
as
It was
hell, though.
chaos.
He really did.
It was a
And the way
whole
those stereos worked, I was like, yeah, there I definitely couldn't hear y'all.
Mm-hmm.
It was
Oh my
literally only
god.
because he had turned the music down because we were trying to call you that I
Yeah,
was
that's
like,
the
oh,
only
the
reason she heard it.
like they could have been calling you with the music blasting and I would have just been like la da da.
Mm-hmm. Oh my
Because like
god.
the whole time I'm thinking they already have it because we loaded up in the car and just went. Like no one like before we pulled out was like, so the address, like where are we going? We just left. So I was like, okay, cool. Whole
Yeah,
time
no,
didn't
I
know
was
we didn't
like,
have it.
I was over here like freaking out because I was like, did I really not send it? And then I remembered that I had sent it to Ali, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna send, like, I had sent it to her the night before because that was the whole plan, was to for her to go pick me up. And I was like, okay, I'll just send it to her right now. It was like what, like 1 maybe 2 in the morning when I sent it, and I was just so confused.
Yeah, I had completely spaced on the fact that I got sent that. I was just like, oh yeah. And like as I'm like, oh yeah, Clumsy's like, oh, Allie has it, but I'll send it anyways. And I'm like also sending it in the group chat. I'm like, here you go.
We went. We parked in front of her uncle's house, but as we were heading there, like literally not too far down the street, like at the stop sign, there was a woman who had gotten stopped. So we parked and we were just watching. Like we had our
We
camera
were
zoomed
so
in, so because we
nosy.
were so fucking nosy. And he had that lady sitting outside her car though. That shit was hot. I was like, man,
I know, it was
sir.
like hot as fuck outside, and he told her to sit on the curb. We were like, "Hey yo," and he didn't even arrest her. Like,
Gave her a ticket. Like you could let poor lady sit inside in the
right,
AC.
pulled her out her
Mm-mm.
for nothing, for not a
And we
thing.
were waiting. And it was funny because we were just basically making fun of anything around us, right? Like we would point at something, laugh at it. We were just like, we were making jokes, like nonstop jokes. And then Clumsy came, and we're like, oh my god, Clumsy's here. Oh my god, it's here. She's here. It's finally happening. And
It was
then
crazy.
we see her get out. Well, we didn't see her get out. We're like, where is she? We never saw her walk inside, I think. We were just like, where is she? Never saw her. Just the fact that
No,
we knew she
like
was like
the
pulled
crazy
up.
part is somehow they were already there by the time we pulled up. Even in all of that, because they were all already inside, like situated and shit.
Oh yeah, I thought we were still waiting on them. I was so confused.
We were waiting
No.
because she was still getting like ready-ish, I guess.
Oh yeah,
But
they were
like,
putting stuff where they needed to.
yeah. But like y'all were
Oh
already there. And we were just watching this like get a ticket.
yeah, we were watching the lady, and that's when we met Clumsy and her mom. Very nice people.
Very, very nice.
It's like a whole thing because when we thought Clumsy was gonna leave early, we're like, okay. And me and Allie were just walking away downtown. And then I did like I didn't mean to do the dramatic, but I was like really sad, and I looked back and I was like, and then that's when Clumsy's like, hey, my mom saw that y'all look back at us and all that, we're gonna stay another night. Me and Allie booked it. We
Yeah.
were running, almost stepped on a dog, this tiny ass dog.
It was so cute. But it's funny because Mo had like turned around, waved by. I did the same thing, and she was like, "How funny would it be if we just like kept looking back?" So we kept turning around and like saying bye, and we were like bye. And then we had walked a bit like out of the park. We were like decently far, and Kat calls me and she's like, "Hey, so where are you guys at?" And we were like, "On a sidewalk, like not too far. Like, why? What's up?" And she was like, "So we're staying another night." And me and Mo were like, "What?" And I was like, "You're staying
Yeah,
another
she
night?"
was
And Mo
like,
like
my
stops in
mom's
her
letting
tracks
you.
and she was like, "She's staying another night?" And I was like listening really quiet, like intensely, and she was like, "Yeah, like did y'all leave yet?" And we were like, "No, no, we'll come back." And me and Mo just like turned around and went back towards Cat. And there was
You
this
know,
really tiny, like size of a hand dog, like just chilling in the dark. And we were like, "Oh shit!" And then we stopped
I
and pet the
almost
dog.
stepped on that poor dog, dude.
It was
That
so
dog was
tiny.
smaller than my foot, and I go, whoa, and I like move out of the way. His owner also, by the way, like didn't really react that like as if this was like a normal. He reacted like this was so normal that his dog almost gets stepped on all the time. And I was like, whoa, we were like, oh my god, your dog's so cute, Papa. And he was just standing there all awkward. He's like, oh yeah, yeah. And I was like, sir, is this your dog? Like, are you just following this dog? I
It
was so
was so
confused.
funny though. It was the tiniest little dog ever. Like we
yeah,
were
no,
like
my
intensely like extremely excited that Clumsy was gonna stay another night and then just got sidetracked by the puppy. We were just like, "You're a puppy."
See, the thing is, like, you guys were walking away, and my mom had noticed that Mo and Ali had both like kept looking back. Because we had all said goodbye. We were at a park. We had all said goodbye, and my mom just kind of looked at them, and then she was talking to me, and she goes, "Are they okay?" And I'm like, I'm pretty sure they're fine. I mean, they're just kind of sad that we're leaving now. And she goes, like a big ass
Hi.
sigh, and she goes, "I feel bad." And I'm like,
Oh.
"What do you mean? No, it's fine. Like, let's just, we'll just stay here for a little bit longer and then we'll leave." And she goes, "No, because they look sad." And then she was like, "You know what? Call them back." And I'm like, "Huh?" And she goes, "Call them back. You can stay another night if you want." And I'm like, "Are you sure?" And she goes, "Just call them back already." And I'm like, "Okay." All right. I
We
called back as
accidentally
soon as I
guilted
could.
your mom into letting you stay.
She was like, "I'm not gonna have you be sad at the like on the trip home." And I'm like, "I'm not sad though." I'm
Secretly.
I'm
Just
sad because like, they're leaving and all.
Secretly
Like I
sobbing.
can't spend all like the whole weekend. But I tried to I wanted it to where I could spend an equal amount of time with them as well as my uncle and his family. But it was at the time it was kind of like weird because we were having some sort of situations, but my mom was like, "No, it's fine, just go spend your time with your friends, because like it's been like what, a year since you guys been talking and you guys have not seen each other, and this is your first time, so yeah, no, definitely go spend your time with your friends." And as soon as they started walking back, they were like, they were with the little puppy, and then my mom goes, "Oh, look, they're over there." And I'm like, "Okay, cool." So I started walking over there. I saw the little puppy. The little puppy, so it was a baby. It was like a little teacup.
the smallest dog I have ever seen in my entire life.
Ever. It was insanely cute.
I would
And
have
the
felt
little
so awful if I had accidentally stepped on that dog because we were booking it and I wasn't looking at anything else. And then I saw it at the corner of my eye. It's very dark, by the way. And the only thing lighting things up was these like little solar light pathway things, those little light up that you put
Mm-hmm.
up like on paths and shit.
Yeah.
And I
Hmm.
was like, oh fuck! So you could barely see it. All you saw was this little like thing moving in the dark. And
Mm-hmm.
I was like, what the fuck is that? It scared the genuine shit out of me.
She was like, "Oh my god, what is that?" And I was just like, "What?" Like looking around. I'm like literally so tiny that I didn't even see it until she was like, "Puppy," because I was even like, "Where?" And she goes, "Look," points down, and I'm like, "Oh shit!" This thing like blended in. There was like little mulch or whatever like on the ground.
Hmm.
The puppy like blended in, and I was like, "Oh shit! There's a dog right here."
I was about to step on it. I would have broken a dog.
Literally,
I felt
the thing
I
was
felt so
so
bad.
small.
Yeah. What I remember when they were on their way back was that I had told my mom like, "Hey, come over, because uh like there was a puppy." So she loves puppies, like she loves puppies. So when she saw the little baby, she was like, "Oh my god, a little baby." um and after like the whole encounter with the dog, with the puppy, my mom was like, because my mom doesn't speak any, like she speaks very little English, so she needs me to translate most of the time for her. And she was like, "Hey, go ahead and tell them that they're welcome to our house anytime they want, just to give you a heads up." And I'm like, "Yeah, okay." And so I had told them that, and then they were like, "Oh, okay, cool." And then my mom goes, "You three, you like all of us family." And I'm like, "Mama." She was like,
That shit had
all
me emotional. I was gonna
all
start
you
crying.
family. And I'm like, "Mama." She goes, "What?" She like talked to me. She was like, she had told me, it's true, because you spend your time with them, and I don't really hear you laugh as much as you do with them, with other people here, or in Dallas. And I'm like, "Well, yeah, I mean, mainly because you know, we're all kind of working, or I'm busy with some things, and then they are just like, we're free on these days, and I'm like, I'm not free on those days. Um, so it's like kind of hard for, and especially since it's only like two girls that I'm friends with here in Dallas. So
Yeah.
it's kind of like difficult because the other, like one of them, like she's had her job for like ever, and you know, she has to watch her brother like after he gets off of school. So it's the same situation with me, but I don't have to take care of just one. I have to take care of three kids. So it's definitely taken up a lot of my time. And this new job has taken up a lot of my time as well, because I've been trying to put in a lot of overtime. So it's definitely hard for me to go out with anyone at this point. And it was just very coincidental, per se, that I was able to get those days off for that weekend. And then Allie was like, fuck it, let's go. And she
I
was like,
literally,
I'm free.
Clumsy was like, "Oh yeah, I managed to like be able to get these days off," and I was like, "Say less." I texted my boss and was like, "I need these days off." I was like, "I
Say
at
less.
graduation."
She was like, bet. Text her boss, I'm not coming in.
She was like, "Okay, that's fine," and I was like, "It was gonna be,
It was gonna be. I wasn't gonna
it
give
was
you an
gonna be
option.
okay." I wasn't gonna
There
show
wasn't
up.
it wasn't a yes or
Even
no
if you said no,
answer.
I wasn't popping up. I said, see you later. I wasn't telling you, or I wasn't asking you. I was telling you,
I
I'm
was
not gonna
telling
be here.
If
exactly.
I tell you I'm gonna be out of town and you schedule me, that sounds like a you problem because
Mm.
I told you I wasn't gonna be here.
No, yeah, we were just like, and see, the thing is, we had planned to go over for um July 4th weekend,
Mhm.
but Allie had started her new job, like the job that she had after that one. And then my family had some issues, and we were just like, you know what, we'll just give it another month or so, and then we'll go back. Um, so then my mom was like, okay, hey, I need you to get August. What was it? It was August. I gotta look at. I don't even have my phone. Um, it was like the first week of August, I believe. Was it August? Yeah, it was August, the 1st and the 2nd. So she was like, "Hey, I need you to get August 1st and the 2nd off. We're gonna go over to Houston." And I'm like, but she had told me like a week before, and I was like, "Okay, we're gonna go. I'm gonna go spend with time with my family." And it's only a week of like of notice, so I was like, if I tell Allie, she might not be able to get those days. So then I was just like, and it's just it's literally in a week. So I'm like, you know what? I'll just, we're gonna go. And because she was like, she wanted to go take a look at open houses, and I'm like, okay, we can do that. Like, that's not a problem. And so then I was just like, okay, so I'll take a look at like a couple of houses here and there. And Mo was like, okay, bet. She starts sending me all of these house
I
listings.
did. Was trying to find her a house a very good distance from me just because I really wanted to be able to I want to be able to go and see her a lot more often,
Oh yeah.
and like her so we could just hang out in like a little area. So
She
I was
was
like,
like,
here, and then
bet.
she was like, oh
Start
yeah,
sending me
my
all
mom
of these
wants
house
this
listings.
specifically. She's like, strictly she wants these, and I was like, "Ah, okay, I'll try to find something," and I still
Your
try looking
mother's
for something in
picky.
my area.
She's no, she didn't say that, but it was funny because she was like, she sent me all of these listings, and I'm like, hey yo, I don't even see these at, like, I don't even see half of those on the website that I go to go look at houses. And so then I was just looking through, and I had showed my mom a couple of them. She was like, ooh, those are nice, ooh, those are nice. So then she had like made a list, and she was like, okay, these are the houses we're gonna go see this weekend. And I'm like, okay. Then we ended up not going because they couldn't give my dad his days off, and I'm just like, oh my god, I already got mine approved. So I guess I have a 4-day weekend anyway. And then she was like, okay, try and see if you can get this or September. She was like, get September 6th off so that way you can get that weekend with Labor Day and then just an extra day just in case. And I'm like, are we positive we're going? Like, what's going on? And she goes, well, I'm like trying to figure out if we need to go or not. Only because she had said that she needed to take care of some paperwork with my grandmother. So then I was like, okay. I didn't ask it off only because I'm just like, kind of want to see. I want to see what she'll say. And she ended up, she was like, hey, we're not going. And I'm like, oh my God. Okay. Whatever.
I changed
I
my
I'm like,
mind.
one of these days. I was like, Mama, one of these days I'm gonna leave you behind. I'm gonna go by myself.
She's like, take me with you. Where are you going?
Yeah, she's like, Mia, wait. Oh man.
How could you leave me?
Don't leave me here.
You're gonna leave me with them?
These people.
I'm like, yeah, that's your husband, that's your daughter. Like,
She's like,
and my dad had looked at me. He goes, you would go without us, wouldn't you? And I'm like, hell yeah.
I'm
You
fucking
think I
dead.
wouldn't? He goes, yeah, you're right.
You're
He's like,
right.
you know what? I don't even know why I question it. You're my daughter. Of course you would go by yourself. But it was just funny because I had already like I was just like, man, I know she's gonna say something and she's be like, hey, we're not going anymore. So that's why I hadn't asked it off. But I bet you anything that later on this month, she's gonna be like, hey, can you still get that sixth the September 6th off? And I had already told her I can't because they're not giving anybody that day off, man. A lot of people had
Mm.
tried requesting it off.
Damn.
So they were like, no.
They said, you're funny.
Yeah, you're hilarious. No, if it does get to
Oh,
that
this
point
is
where she's like, hey,
fun.
can you get that day off? I'm like, I mean, they're not going to give it to me, but fuck it. Let's go. I'll just no call, no show.
I mean, shit, hey.
I'm
It'd be like
not going
those
to
are
worry.
you gotta do
There's
what you
other
gotta
jobs.
do.
There's other jobs. I could take care of it.
There's jobs.
But I was just, and it's the fact that you guys sent me TikTok, or who sent me the TikTok that had the wine, like the
Oh, it was probably
fruity
me.
wine.
Oh, yeah.
I showed that to my mom, and then I had told my mom, I'm like, look what Mo had sent me, because that was on the drive. That was on the drive back. That was the day that we had left. On the drive back, I had shown her the TikTok that you sent me, and my mom goes, "Ooh, so is that what we're drinking when we get back here?" And I'm like, "Oh, I mean, I guess."
I guess.
And then she
Yeah,
had
it
sent me a
was.
TikTok. My mom
She
had sent me a
what?
TikTok. Yeah, my mom had
Oh,
sent me a
she's.
TikTok
Your
of
mom
a
has
drink.
TikTok?
And she goes, "Hey, tell the girls we're having this."
Oh
I think I
shit!
sent it to you guys.
Yeah, you did.
It was
I
like
forgot what it was, but it was
oh
another
man.
wine. Oh yeah, yeah. It was those wines in that big old like um that big old jug with ice and like fruits and stuff.
Yeah, it was almost like a sangria with the
Oh
wine.
no, that's the
Yeah.
TikTok I'm talking about. No, that's the TikTok that I was talking about. No, that's the one that I had sent you guys. And oh man, what was it that my mom said? She had said something. Oh yeah, she was like, "Hey, tell the girls when they get over here, we're drinking this." And I'm just like, cuz she had questioned me about the drinks that we were drinking when we were still over there. And I had shown her two pictures of the the wines that we thought were very dangerous. um what was it? The Stella Rose. It was like the Stella Rose Black, and
Stella Rosa Black. Yeah.
it was the cupcake one.
Yeah. It was. What was it
It was
called?
Moscato with like some kind of French words. That
Hold on, I got you.
was
I
the one
have
that
the
I really liked.
pictures. If I
It was
can
some
find my
blood.
gallery.
Those were so good though.
Here it is. Moscato d'Asti.
Yeah.
D'Asti. That was,
Da.
man, do I recommend that wine? Woo, those are good. Those are delicious. Those are my favorites
It,
now.
it just made me laugh because, like, I don't think Clumsy and Allie, well, maybe Allie, but I don't think y'all drank that much before. And I know that Rob came, and well, now you know how Rob is. I was like, oh, damn, like, I was like, shit. I hope they're gonna be okay. And then we went to the liquor store, and they were coming with us, and we were buying all these bottles. I was kind of worried because we still do have some of the bottles that we bought that day they were here. And I
You
was
still
like, "Are
have
we
them?
drinking all of these?" Yeah, that one rum one that JP asked the worker. He was like, "Hey, like, which one would you recommend? That strawberry rum, whatever."
Oh, right.
We haven't even
We
touched
never
that
even
one yet.
touched that one.
No, we still haven't touched it
Damn.
yet. It's just like there. Oh
Yeah,
my
no,
god.
which ones were the ones that we drank the wines, and it was like 4 bottles worth, and then we drank
Drink
the
the wine.
the margarita mix,
Yeah, and then like a couple of margarita mixes.
and then we had bought some of those buzz balls. Man, that chocolate one was disgusting.
That was absolutely horrid.
I'm never buying that shit again. I
No,
never
literally,
even
I
got to.
still haven't even tried the other ones. Like they're just sitting in my fridge.
Girl, I need you to try the pina colada and tell me how it's like, because I had bought one, but I never
You
drank
know
it.
what? You know what?
Do it right now.
I'll go get it.
Shit. Oh shit.
I'm gonna go get it. Why not?
Now you make
She
me
said,
want
"You
to
know
like
what?
go get that rum one. Damn it.
Fuck it.
Where's Rob? I need him to hype me up in the chat. Rob, where is he? Where's my phone?
Oh
Okay,
man."
so
She goes,
it's
"You know what?
I hope,
Bet."
pina
because I
colada.
know Rob watches streams over. He better be watching this VOD later, and then
Rum,
being like, "Oh wow," like I know he'd be very proud, given the
rum,
alcoholic he is.
pineapple, and lime juice. All right. I'm not a huge coconut person. It says shake well, and I'm kind of nervous because when you shake cans,
Mm.
it didn't explode last time, so I'm gonna shake it.
Did we not shake the? I don't think we shake the.
I shook it.
Oh, you did. Okay, yeah.
Oh shit.
It's still nasty. I wouldn't recommend that to anybody. If you ever want to try Buzzballs, don't ever get the chocolate milk one or the chocolate one, because that one's disgusting.
I forgot.
It's
It's
horrible.
isn't it the horchata one?
No, that
No,
was the chocolate
No.
one. They didn't
Oh,
have any of the
right.
horchata. They had the. It
Oh
was
my
the.
god, it smells like pure fucking nail polish remover.
No. Oh no.
Wait, what?
Okay. The fucking pina colada. It smells like nail polish remover.
No, I was so excited for that one.
Okay, let me see if it just smells bad. Hold on. Okay. Hey yo. Hold up.
That
This
sounds
is
like
how
a
it
good
smells.
AO.
Is that
This
good?
how it. This smacks. Wait a second.
I need to go buy it one weekend.
I'm not even a fan of pineapple. I mean peanut. I mean, fuck,
Coconut.
coconut. Yeah. It doesn't taste like coconut. It tastes like pineapple. Like the pina colada is an aftertaste. That's good as fuck.
What? Man, I need to go
That's good.
buy it now.
Yeah.
One weekend.
You gotta
One
try it.
weekend.
Buzzballs, sponsor us. Anyway.
Please. Pina
That was good
colada
as shit.
flavor specifically.
Pina colada flavor specifically. I gotta
Because
try the rest.
what other ones? They only had the pina coladas, the chocolate,
They
and
had pina colada, the
green
chocolate,
apple,
and
right?
like the tequila Rita,
Oh, what the fuck?
which was like lime something. I don't know. I got one of those.
Oh, right, yeah. I thought it was green apple.
I
I
don't
could
know
be
what it
wrong.
is, but it looks like green apple.
Yeah, I could be wrong.
Color is like a lime green.
Yeah, no, I could be wrong. Maybe it
Ooh,
is.
my stomach feels that. Oh my god.
Oh.
I took
Oh.
a sip. Holy shit. This shit crazy. It's good though.
Are you okay?
We'll we'll be finishing it. I'm good. We'll be finishing that later.
This girl. Oh man. I don't know. I had fun this summer. Even though it was just that one weekend, I had tons of fun.
I
I'm
did
just
too.
worried about my kiddos. They started school. Um oh dear. They started school Thursday, this past Thursday. And mind you, my little brother is everything to me. My little sister is everything to me. And now that I have my niece and my nephew, I'm like super mom mode at this point. So I was super, super nervous when, because like my niece and my nephew, they don't know a lot of English. They're not from here. They immigrated from Guatemala, and we were able to get their paperwork and everything ready. So I immediately like went into mom mode, started signing them up to school. I started teaching them a couple of things, and I bought their school supplies. And so I was just like, oh man, like I feel like they're going to be like super, super like um I don't want to say well, yeah, nervous, but super um what's the word I'm looking for here? Oh Lord. Desperate. There we go. Desperate, because we always say this anyways. I just I just felt like they were going to get super desperate on their first days. But they came home the first day and they were just like, "Oh, we had a great day today." Like a lot of people were super nice, and it was just like, man, I was worried for nothing.
It'd be like that though.
Mm-mm. And I was just like, and then I went to go take Junior to get his haircut today, and man, he came out looking handsome. Of course he's gonna be looking handsome. He's my brother, of course. He is my literal twin. But
But
my
and
mom and dad were like, "Oh, he's gonna go in there looking for girlfriends. He's gonna bring girlfriends." I'm like, "Don't say that.
I'm fucking dead.
Don't say
It's
that. Come
all in the
on."
haircut.
He is not. He's a baby. Every time I tell him he's a baby, he's like, "I'm not a baby." He's like, "I'm big. I'm not a baby." Oh man. But I just hope that these kids have a great school year. My niece was like, "I already have friends." And I'm like, "Girl, good job."
Get it, girl. Doing better than me. Shit.
I know. Become popular like your auntie. Your auntie Stephanie, not me. I was not a popular kid in high school. Hell no. But
I avoided people heavily, so I stuck to my friends, and that was that. I didn't talk to anybody new sophomore to senior year.
Mhm.
I was out that hole, especially
Mhm.
senior year. You couldn't catch me in the hallway to say nothing to me. I was out of there.
Mhm.
As soon as my free period hit, my car was started. Like I was out that bitch.
Oh man. But I I am definitely looking forward to planning like future trips. Probably I feel like this time we should go to Ali's for this summer, this coming summer, next year, instead of over at Moe's. So like we should all take turns as to whose place we should visit.
I'm
If
digging.
anything, JP wanted to go. He wants to go on a road trip very, very soon,
Very,
and
very soon.
he wants to go see y'all. Yeah, very, very soon.
Oh
And
dear.
he was like, "Oh, like let's go." And I was like, "Well, you gotta talk about it with the girls first. You know our schedules don't line up."
Oh shit. You have just put me in a rush mode to buy all the shit that I need to to fix up this room.
Oh no!
I still have to set up shelves. I still have to buy lights.
Dude, you all remember when I was like, nah, like you can't ask them to come until we fix up the kitchen?
Hmm.
Well, that was me. I was over here like, oh my god, we gotta do this with the shelf. We gotta like, oh my god, I was panicking and I was like, how am I gonna set it up? How is it gonna look? Everything.
Hmm. I was like, that's why I had told y'all like immediately. I was like, you guys have to give us a heads up before you guys come over here because we have a big ass mess. Like we installed like a new porch in the back, but we added also a shed and we use that for storage. And my dad has everything in there. Like he has his tools, he has the kids' bikes, he has like old bed frames that we're trying to get rid of. He has like stuff from the attic that we had cleaned out the attic and he just put all that shit in the shed and I'm just like, and then my mom has like, cuz she sells a lot of things, so she has like a bunch of like new clothes, new shoes. She has a couple of products back there, and so then we have like a bunch of old stuff that we're trying to get rid of through like garage sales and whatnot. So we have boxes and boxes and boxes of like old toys from from whenever my sister was younger or my brother was a baby and he doesn't need these toys anymore. um we just have boxes and boxes of that shit out there. We also have boxes of like old clothes that we don't use, old shoes. Like just a lot of, there's like a whole mess back there that we're just trying to get together. And I'm like, I keep telling my mom, when are we having a garage sale? When do we need to do this? Like when is it happening? Because I can't have this back here. Like I can't do it. Like I have like a whole like OCD type thing where I'm just like, I need to have things organized or else it's just gonna be a whole mess in my brain. So it's just like, when are we doing this garage sale? Come on. I need a day.
When are we getting rid of everything?
Yes. Cause it's like an old, like my mom tells me all the time, cause she's very much uh a believer in like old myths. Um, so she's like, if you have a broken mirror in the house, you can't have that because it's gonna bring bad luck, and or it'll bring like demons and shit. And I'm just like, okay, because like recently my little brother had broken my mirror that had like a little ring light, and she was like, oh, we can't have this in here. Immediately threw it out. And then I'm just like, okay, but what about the myth of we can't have old stuff in the house because that's gonna bring bad energy?
Mm.
And she's like, you're right.
Ew.
You tell it to me all the time. So now I have to tell you so we can get it out.
Facts.
Man.
Get it together. You're telling me one thing and you mean the other, and I don't understand.
You're driving me crazy.
You have shit in the house.
Oh my goodness. But I wanted to also take the time to kind of talk about what we're thinking about doing with the podcast in the future. Um, and you know me, I'm the type of person who, if we're gonna make changes onto the podcast, I want to go all out. I'm not trying to like hold back, only because this is like my baby. My child. Because I'm not gonna have children in the future. You got me fucked up if you think I'm gonna have children. So
Facts.
this is my baby.
Facts.
This podcast is my child. But we, well, I'm trying to get us um listed, I guess you could say listed, onto Apple Podcasts and Google Podcast. Now what the thing with that is for one of the, for Apple, I believe it's like a whole subscription thing. Um but I would have to, we would have to wait like a couple days or like a couple weeks to get approved. So I added us to the list of getting approvals. I don't know if they're going to approve us. That it just depends on how they look at it. Um, but I know for sure Google had I can't say accepted because they also have a list of approvals only because we use Anchor as one of our websites for like to have all of the podcast list, everything that we put the podcast into, so like Spotify, YouTube. um so far Spotify and YouTube is the only one we're using, because they immediately approved us. There was no wait list or anything. um but I'm trying to get that going so that way we have like more of an expansion with the podcast. There's more ways to be able to listen to this podcast, um and whatnot. And then other changes what we're thinking of doing is the stream overlays in the stream itself. So one thing is, now we're going to be streaming every Saturday on Twitch, from 10:30 to 11:30. And that's going to be our schedule from now on. Unless any changes are made, then that's something that we will talk about either on Discord, Facebook, or Twitter, and that will be announced on all three. Um, and what was my next topic? Oh, stream overlays and character wise and whatnot. Around Thanksgiving, Christmas time, we're going to be making changes to the stream itself, because we want to have like a new uh atmosphere, I guess you could say, is for especially for holidays. Um and we were thinking of changing like the background, um maybe our PNG characters, and currently our characters are the panda, the penguin, and the Siamese cat. And we were thinking of doing something different, um and not being the animals but maybe human selves. um but that's something that we're still kind of in the process of doing. We don't want to say too much because if we do, then that basically just means we're giving away all of the information. Um so we want to keep it a little bit of a surprise. But those are the kinds of changes that are going to be happening sometime later this year. I'm not going to say it's going to be anytime soon. Um and I don't know if there was anything else that I had to talk about. I think I touched base on on everything.
I think so. Yeah.
I don't think there was anything else. I'm
No,
literally like
other than
skimming
that,
through my brain.
we do have our own individual like Twitch channels that we stream basically
Yes.
at least once a week. At least once a week. So we do have our, you know, usernames up, so you won't be too lost if you want to look us up. But
Yes, those are listed. Once we end the stream, we'll pull up a screen that has all of our Twitch usernames on there and our profile pictures, so that way you're not confused as to how like who it is and which account is it and whatnot. Because I think there was like quite a few accounts under Ali's name, but it was like different
yeah.
variations of the name. And then there was like maybe two or three under Mo's name, but different variations of the name. Um, and then yeah, that's basically it. That's all I've got. So, in case you do miss this episode, if you're watching here on stream or on the Twitch channel right now, in case you do happen to miss any of the episodes, all of those episodes will be posted on Spotify and YouTube. Um, as of right now, I can tell you that this episode will be posted tomorrow morning, tomorrow afternoon latest. Um, and I will be making announcements on Facebook, Twitter, and Discord, letting you know that they have been posted, on YouTube and on Spotify. In case you want to go through any old episodes that we have, those are also listed onto YouTube and Spotify. So it's not like you're gonna miss a whole season worth because they're all there. And I think that's it.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Yeah.
Sounds about right. It sounds about right. But we are coming towards an end here, and I just wanted to quickly also state that we do appreciate the support that we get for this podcast. We started this back in January the 14th, and it was something that I had on my mind for a very long time, and I had told Ali and Mo uh pretty well. I told Ali the night of the, like, it was like maybe like a month before. Yeah, it was in December that we had talked about it.
Yeah.
It was like it was like 3 4 in the morning. I could not go to sleep because I just kept thinking of the podcast. I was like, man, I want to start this. Like, I want to get out of my comfort zone. So let me get Ali onto this. So I told Ali, and then we were like, you know what? We talked to Mo a lot, so let's get her into it. And that's where we kind of just came up with the Powerpuff Babes. It's just three of us, and there are times where we're gonna have special guests here, or invited to the podcast to talk about different topics and whatnot. And so we were just like, man, this would be really awesome to do. And we, ever since, I've had so much fun doing this with these girls, because these girls are fucking amazing. Oh Jesus. I almost dropped my phone.
Damn, it's a new phone. Please don't break it.
Listen, it already has cracks, but it's on the temporary screen.
Oh my.
Yeah.
But I really want to say that we truly appreciate all of the love and the support that we've gotten so far. We want to continue this as much and as far as we can. You never know, maybe we can go until we grow old. But it's something that we truly appreciate, and we just wanted to give you guys a big thanks for that. And I wanted to give a big thanks to Ali and Mo, because they have been through thick and thin with me since we first met, and I wouldn't ask for any better people to be my best friends in my life.
Hey, yo, you gonna make me cry. Also,
Right,
thick and
I was
thin,
about to
more
say, you're
like
gonna
I've
make
been
me
so
cry.
scared that cause y'all met everybody pretty much that I know, all my friends, and I got scared that they would scare y'all off because they are a little bit like feisty, and one's an alcoholic who would definitely scare people off. So I was like, oh damn, oh man.
Nah,
No,
I'm still
yeah.
here.
We were just like, because I remember that we were invited, and then I was just like, JP was the one who was like, hey, just to let you know, they're a bit vulgar, they're a bit loud, so don't get scared. And I had told
Not even a
Ali,
bit.
because we were
It was a
playing,
lot.
yeah, we were playing at the time together, and I was just like, hey, like, we got invited to this game, um like, just wanted to give you a heads up. JP told me this and this. And then Ali was like, all right, fuck it.
Fuck it. I need friends.
We need more friends in our circle. Like, but yeah, so, but we are coming towards an end here, and that was basically all of the information, and, well, new information that we had for you guys, and we hope you guys had a great summer. Too bad it's coming towards an end, because there's so much more that I could have done this summer, but again, it can be planned for next year, especially with these girls. Um oh.
We're finally gonna go to the beach together. I know it.
We'll do it. It'll happen.
Oh man. But let's see here. I'm like skimming through my brain trying to see if there's anything else that I wanted to talk about, but I think that's it. I want to say that's it. Yeah, that's it. If there was anything else, I can definitely like put it in Twitter or Facebook or Discord. But yeah. So the Powerpuff Babes are ending this episode here. Thank you for allowing us to be part of your day, and stay safe out there. And we hope to catch you on the next one. Bye, everybody.
Powerpuffs out.